Welcome back to this video tutorial session. In our last session, we inserted our structural slab in the model. In this section, I'm going to teach you how to apply the architectural wall load on our structural model on the Orion 18 software. So I'm going to begin my explanation by going to our AutoCAD drawing. I will zoom to the ground floor plan. The ground floor plan, I'll zoom to the first floor plan because our load is applied on our ground floor. Our wall load is we don't have ground floor plan modeled on Orion 18. So what you need to concentrate on is the first floor plan. You can see your architectural wall is located at the perimeter of the building. Along the line A, you see our architectural wall is located throughout the length of the building. Also at the line B, our architectural wall is located throughout the length of the building. I want to zoom to the section. I want to pan to the section drawing of the first floor. This is the first floor. I can see that this is the wall here. I want to draw a rectangle to illustrate something. Sorry. 230 by 600. This is a 230 by 600 rectangle. And assume this is the cross section of my beam. If I should move this, rectangle, and I position it at this position, you see I have a beam here, and my wall is here. So it means that if I'm to erect a wall from this floor to the beam, my wall is going to end at the bottom of the beam. So the height I'm explaining this because when you are specifying wall load on the software, you'll be asked for the height of the wall. So you should note that the height of the wall is the height of the story minus the depth of beam. This is the height of the wall here. The height of the wall is from the bottom of the beam to the top of the structural floor below. You can see it's 2965. So I just want to explain this to you, so you understand how you will not use the full height of your structure as the height of your wall. So if I'm to calculate this, normally I know my floor to floor height is 3565 and my beam is 600. So I can say 3565 minus 600. This is 2965. So my height of the wall is 2965 for region with beam elements. So 2965 is what I'll use as my height of the wall. Please note this dimension. I'll minimize this and also minimize this. Now to apply the wall load on the software, you click on a beam, you right click, then you move to edit beam wall load. This is where you specify the wall load. If I click on edit beam wall load, this dialog box appear. What you need to concern yourself with in this dialog box is these three fields: the wall unit weight, the wall height, and the wall thickness. You don't need to bother yourself with the openings in the wall. It's not necessary. So as an experienced engineer, I normally use 3.5 kilonewton per meter square as the weight of my architectural wall. As already been shown, our wall height is 2.965. This value should be in meters. I won't type 2965 here because they want me to specify this value in meter. The wall thickness, by using a 230 mm wall, so I will enter 0.23 in meters. So you click on OK. You can see Orion models this load as a uniformly distributed load on the beam. You can see the uniformly distributed load. So I have provided this value. And you can see that Orion calculates, when you enter this parameter, Orion calculates this value for you. How this 10.38 is calculated, Orion just multiplies this wall units with the height of the wall. By multiplying 3.5 by 2.965, you get 10.38 kilonewton per meter. So this is the uniformly distributed load on the beam. So I'll click on OK. When you click on OK, well, okay, my beam is supposed to be purple. You see the beam is purple color. I will show you my structure in 3D. You see that the wall has been applied on that floor. And Orion also applies the wall at the floor above, which is very good. Um, so what you do next, if you should note on my AutoCAD drawing, in the architectural drawing, I have my wall applied throughout the line A. So I'm going to apply my wall throughout the line A, and it's also applied throughout the line B. So I'm going to do that now. So what you do, you can copy the load that you already specified in a beam and you paste it at other region instead of repeating the same process for each of the beams. What I'll do now, I will select this beam where I have already specified my architectural wall load. I will right click on it and I will copy beam wall load. So I copy the beam wall load to paste the beam wall load at other beams. So what I'll do now, I will select other beams. I'll use my control key on my keyboard and I will use to select other beams. I'm doing that now. I've selected 2 beams now. I've selected 3 beams, 4 beams, 5 beams now. So I've selected all the beams along the line A. I'll also select all the beams along the line B because I have architectural load along that grid. So I'm doing that now. And I will right click and paste copy beam wall load. We should do that. The wall load defined in selected beam will be replaced by the wall load copied to the clipboard. I want it to paste it. Yes, I'll click on yes. You'll see that the beam selected are now purple in color. It shows that the load has been applied to the beam. I'll show you the 3D view. My 3D view, you see the wall has been applied along that direction. Now, along the line C, do we have block wall there? I will check. Along the line C, we don't have any block wall there, but with small consideration, you will note that this is the first floor plan. You know that railing, either a draft wall will be provided here. It's not specified, but a draft wall of say 1 meter height will be specified between the line C1 to 6A. From this column here to this column here, a draft wall might be provided as a barrier or a railing. So I can specify, let me just assume that I have a draft wall as a barrier here, and the height of the wall is say 1.5 meters. So I will apply load from the line C 2 to 6A. I'll do that now. Okay, I don't have a beam at that region, so I cannot even apply the load. So what I can do is I can apply slab load along that region. In my next tutorial, I'll show you how to apply load on slab. I don't have a beam there, so I cannot apply the beam load at that region. We will apply the load instead on the slab element. Let's at the line D. At the line D, we have a beam here, so we need to determine the height of our wall from the top of the beam to the floor above. So I'll go to my AutoCAD drawing. So for the quarter turn staircase, this is a quarter turn staircase and general arrangements. This is it here. For the quarter turn staircase, I have my beam here. This is the beam here. So I want to determine the height from the top of this beam to the top of this beam, to the bottom of this beam. So I will measure from here to here. So this is the height of my wall, 3270. So I will enter 3.27 as my 3.27 meters as the height of my wall. So I will minimize this. I've selected the beam. I will right click, edit beam wall load, wall units width 3.5, wall height 3.27 as measured on the AutoCAD drawing. Wall thickness is 0.23, 230 mm. I'll click OK. So I've applied the load on this beam. I see the load has been applied to that beam. Along the line E, for the half-turn staircase, I'll check my AutoCAD drawing to determine the height of the wall. So this is the beam of the half-turn staircase at the line E. So I'm going to use my measure command. I will measure from here to the bottom of the beam above it. is also 3270. So since the height is the same, I'm going to copy this beam wall load, copy beam wall load, and I will paste it on this beam. Paste beam wall load, paste copy beam wall load. You see the load has been specified. What again? So I specified the load along the horizontal grid. So let me check the beams along my vertical structural grid on my architectural drawing. On my architectural drawing on my first floor plan, we have wall load between for the line 1, we have wall load between the line A and B, and also between the line C and D. Between B and C, we don't have a wall load there, but there will be a barrier here. So I assume that wall height is 1.5 for beam between grid line B and C. So we have wall load all through. However, at B and C, I'll use a draft wall of 1.5 meters at this location. So I will minimize now. So I will copy this beam wall load because my height will still be 2.965. So I'll copy the beam wall load for this. I know that the beam wall load for my selected beam is the height is 2.965. So I'm copying that load. I'll paste it here and I'll paste it here. So I've selected these two beams. I want to paste that beam wall load there. So I'll click on paste copy beam wall load. So I've pasted it. So for this small beam here, I will edit my beam wall load. I enter 3.5 here, 3.5 here. For my wall height, I enter 1.5. For my thickness, I enter 0.23. And I'll click on OK. So I'll specify the wall load along the line 1. So along the line 2, what do we have? Sorry? Along the line 2, I'll go to my AutoCAD drawing. Along the line 2, we have wall load from A to B and also from C to D. But beam C to D is a staircase load. So I'll need to determine the height of the wall on the beam between C and D. So I'll go to my section GA drawing for the quarter turn staircase. So this is the beam at between C and B. This beam. In the section drawing, this is the beam. So I'll measure the height from that beam. This is a measure command. So from here, I'll measure it. To the bottom of the beam above it. And the beam above it is the beam above it. So using the measure command. So I'll select say from here to here. We have 3270. 3270. So I want to go back to the AutoCAD there. We have 3270. So it means that the wall height here is 3270, while the wall height here is 2.965, because it's on the structural floor. So I'm going to specify that now. I will go to my Orion 18 software model. So I will copy this beam wall load, copy beam wall load, and I will paste it here. Paste beam wall load. So I've copied a beam wall load of 2.965 for this beam here. However, for this, let me check the property of the beam wall load for the beam along the line D. It's 3.27. So it's 3.27. It means I can copy this beam wall load for this because the height is also 3.27. So I'll copy the beam wall load for this beam, for a selected beam, and I'll paste on this. Paste beam wall load. Paste copy beam wall load. I'm not going to apply a draft wall here because it's not at the perimeter. This is a passage. So there won't be any wall load for this beam. Along the line 3. Along the line 3, we have a wall load. Along the line 5, we have a wall load. I'm going to specify these two load. These two architectural wall load on my model now, 3 and 5. 3 and 5. So I'll copy this beam wall load. Copy beam wall load. I'll select these two two beams at the line 3 and 5. Hold down Control and select. So I've selected the beam. I've not copied the beam or load. You have to do that first. You copy the beam or load, and then you select your beam you want to paste the load on. So I've selected it, so I'll paste the load now, paste the beam or load. So I've done that. I'll go back to my architectural drawing. There's any wall load at the line 4, any wall load at the line 6. At the line 7, we have wall load throughout. At between B and C, I will provide a draft wall there of 1.5 meters wall load. So for this beam here, this beam here, if you should remember, is located. This beam is located at the story level. So the wall height here will be 2.965. So we have, I will specify my beam wall load along the line 7. Just that at the center between B and C, I'll provide a draft wall load of 1.5. So the wall height at between A and B and between C and D is 2.965. So I'll copy this beam wall load. I'll select this beam. I'll copy its beam wall load. Copy beam wall load. Then I will paste. Copy beam wall load. So you know that the load here is 1.5 meters. So I'll copy this. Copy beam wall load for that small beam. And I will paste the beam wall load at this region. At that beam, at the edge. So paste copy beam wall load. So I've done that now. Also, this beam, I think this beam is carrying an architectural wall. Let me confirm. It's also carrying an architectural wall and it's at the story level. I did not lower this beam on my model. So the height is 2.965. So I'm going to select this beam. I'll copy its wall load and I'll paste the wall load on this beam. So I think now I have successfully applied the architectural wall load on my structure. Let me go to a 3D view. So you see that the wall load has been applied on my beams. So I would also like to apply a load at the perimeter of this beam, at the perimeter of this slab along the line C. We don't have a beam there, so we cannot apply beam load there. So what we do, we insert slab load along that length. So in my next tutorial, I'm going to look at how to apply slab load on our main project model on our HTML software. Thank you for watching.